Relational mining. That's when you take and turn tools loose on a database when you don't quite know what you're looking for. So you're just going to generally parse terabytes of information, pull little bits out of it, and start to try to see if you can do any pattern seeking or recognition inside of that terabytes of data. These are heuristic algorithms. Very useful tool in law enforcement, in looking for issues in Medicare and Medicaid systems billing. So there you go. One aspect of it. But there are other things that are relational. And I used the word mining in there because that is the root of civilization today. Let's put it in that stark of a term. And the relation between the mining. So your cell phone has precious minerals in it. Those precious minerals and elements come from different places across the globe, not across America. Even if it has a Made in USA sticker, I could almost guarantee it didn't come from USA to a high percentage. So, mining. Mining is the largest industry. Mining includes oil above surface mining, coal, tar sands, sand off of beaches and other locations. So that's mining. It is a global interest. America actually has a very old mining laws that haven't been touched in decades. The rules haven't been updated. It's why can be so favorable to risk mining somewhere out in the wilderness. You can find gold miners. Gold miners can use some nasty chemicals to get to the gold. Do they respect the chemicals they're using, or they're just getting rich or trying to get rich and shorting cuts along the way to get there? Leave it for someone else. So, mining itself. I'm particularly interested in uranium mining locations, harms, and hazards. And if you follow uranium mining, which is predominantly the mining of nuclear fuels, because cesium is not used much anymore. But cesium is still being mined. The tailings are still going somewhere, and the process is still being processed. So that's the cost of doing business for businesses that require these high purity elements, ultra purified grams of materials out of tons of earth. And our thinking, our notions, and most of our thoughts have been around earth mining above ground. We hear about oil wells, offshore oil rigs, and not much else that gets mined offshore. So could be a point of concern. Maybe some folks are interested. Uranium mining could be done undersea. The processing of the uranium, the purification, where is that going to be done? Where are those tailings? Who cares? What type of weight? This has the potential to destroy the fisheries, the protein source for roughly 2/3 of the people in the world. Now, we've already overfished these. We've already polluted these. You can go back to mercury and lead in large fish, sailfish, tuna fish. But we stumble on. And now there's a press to put more nuclear power generators out there, invest more in this massive mining. Well, we have to mine for the solar panels, we have to mine for the windmills, and we have to mine for the nuclear fuel. nuclear plant is refueled every 2 years as a general notion. What percentage of the fuel is replaced is still in question, because if they leave the fuel in longer, they can get plutonium from the fuel if it's uranium sourced. U-235, U-238. U-235 decays, hits a U-238, makes a Pu-239, I believe is the numbers there. So we can go walk that one too. In the meantime, you've processed it with nasty chemicals. Tons of, you've stripped everything out. You've got other high purity things that nature itself hasn't been exposed to. And if you just flush this into the oceans, well, it's not the Democratic Party. And it is. Pieces out and pieces forward.